Hey y'all, I'm Sam Lewis and welcome to Sam Chat. Few things first. I'm gonna explain why I'm doing this Sam Chat, and also later on why I'm doing the fandom report, which will be up next week, I hope. Firstly, I'm doing this Sam Chat because my best friend and I we had a project last week or this week, and we were to make a magazine. It was basically do whatever kind of magazine you want, very free stuff. So me and my best friend, because we're both into a lot of fandoms and we both love a lot of things in common, we did this project together, which were called the Fandom Report. Well, the magazine was called that, and it basically is the core information that you want about all your fandoms together. It's about your favorite actors or actresses, your new shows that you can watch, and a lot of things, a lot of good things actually, or so do we think. Besides that, we are having reviews of shows, TV series, and books that we are recommending for you guys to read. Unfortunately, my best friend, she doesn't have a lot of free time, so it's just gonna be mostly me doing this. Um, I I am hoping that I can get her in for a few episodes sometimes, but let's see. Um, but the project went well, and me and my best friend, we got both an A+ for our work and for our presentation of it, which is good. I like it. And afterwards, we had a talk with our teacher, and she basically told us that if you really work on this idea, you change a bit of things, and you actually go digital with it instead. She believed that it would be profitable and might make someone, or might be, or become popular. That's not actually the reason why I'm doing this, and especially not this Sam Chat. It's actually just to stay in touch with you guys if I ever get some fans, and share something of my stories or what's going on in my life, boring stuff. I guess. Also, I want to make some things clear at first. I'm not gonna try and be anyone else. I'm just gonna be myself. And me myself, I ran a lot. I am very passionate about the things I like, and which is also why I'm doing this, because I really I love writing, I love gaming, I love to read, and watch TV series and watch TV shows, no, TV movies and just movies. And as you can see over there, there's quite a lot of books. Some of them school books, but you know, what the hell. As you just might have heard, I like gaming. For instance, I'm just gonna do this quick. World of Tanks. World of Tanks is, for me, a very funny game. You're driving a tank and you just basically shoot other tanks. And when you get better and up in the higher tiers, as it's called, you get better tanks and there's a bit of more tactic, but fairly simple. Shoot the other tank before it shoots you. But the environment, the social environment, should I say, is very toxic. If you are not a good player, people would quickly judge you and say that you should die or you should go jump off a bridge, stuff like that. And I just don't do it. You guys, you're ruining the game for someone who might not be as good because they haven't played as much, and it takes practice, everything do. Yeah, just don't. I mean, yeah, that bound to be someone who's bad at everything you perhaps yourself are good at. Me myself, I'm an average Joe player. I don't have time for anything else really. If you want to see some good gameplay, I recommend that you head over to the Mighty Jingles or Cricket Baby. I'll throw a link down in the description below so you can see them. Also, I want to talk about toxic environments for a bit. The 100, for instance, or Arrow, is what I'm kind of springs to mind when I think about toxic environments, at least in a series or TV shows. Electricity. I'm a huge electricity shipper myself. I love the dynamic between Oliver and Felicity. I think they're great together. But I'm not gonna bash someone else's opinion if they ship Laurel and Oliver, because I did that actually myself, just for starters. But that changed in early season 2, I think. I'm just gonna, respect it, because why should I do anything else? Like, why? It doesn't matter to me as a person who you ship, because I presume you're still a nice person, so I'm not gonna treat you any different. Just respect my opinion, and me as a person, I will respect you. Well, perhaps it'll be the other way, but you get the point. But I have noticed so many Tumblrs like in shipping wars with each other, and it is downright ugly. I hate it, like with a burning passion. I really hate it. I can't stand when people are throwing shit at each other just because you have a different opinion than them. Why? Like, it's not necessary, because why does it matter to you that someone else you probably don't know have a different opinion than you? I honestly, I don't get it. I really don't. So my word of advice to you is just like, if they're being dicks to you because you ship someone else, just let it slide, man. It doesn't really matter to you anyways what they think of you as a person or your opinion, because their opinion, because you don't know them, really don't matter to you. Which also brings me to the 100, and if you haven't watched any of the recent episodes from 307, sorry, but you probably want to turn off the video now, because I'm going to bring up some spoilers. So I'm just going to give you a few seconds to do that. Right. 307, Lexa dies, and I was heartbroken myself, because my favorite ship, like probably my OTP of all time, is Klexa. The development of their relationship was so well written, and it was so outgoing and progressive that I really thought, hey, these guys might have a chance. And then I went onto Twitter and I saw that Jay Rothenberg were promising that I'm just gonna be so progressive and I'm not gonna do anything to Lexa. I'm gonna be nice, and I'm not gonna do the usual tropes of the dead lesbian trope, and I'm not gonna kill her for some stupid reason, etc., etc. So basically, the entirety of the last year was basically spent queer baiting the entire target group. Well, a certain part of the target group in the 100. That kind of pisses me off, because one thing is that you have a plot twist, but when you have a part of your target group who is, well, somewhat vulnerable, because they aren't very well represented on TV, and you just kind of play with their emotions like that, and you give them a strong icon to look up to, and you just take her away just after you affirmed her sexuality, is a dick move. That's one of the main reasons why I didn't watch the last episode, 308, because it just kind of felt deflated somehow. It it wasn't the usual, hey, I'm so happy, it's gonna be so much fun to watch. Kind of ruined it for me because Lexa was my favorite character besides Clark, and it's just sucks because I kind of had a feeling that Lexa would die this season, and all I really hoped and wished for were that Lexa's death were treated probably, sorry. Like, Lexa is a strong character. She's strong-minded. She has great strength. She can fight. She's a good leader, I presume. But to take her away, to have her die from a straight bullet, which kind of feels weird to me because Lexa's this character, strong character, and she dies from a straight bullet. Like, where have I seen that before? Oh wait, that's Buffy the Vampire Slayer. That's 14 years ago, Jason Rothenberg. Anyways, that's kind of why I'm upset. It's not that much that she died, but how she died, that kind of pisses me off because straight bullet, that doesn't fit with her character. Like, I would rather have seen Lexa die, perhaps for even Clark, or having her die for her people on the battlefield, which she deserves. Lexa should have been there, in my opinion. Her death should have been honorable and meant something, and just not been that, okay, she got shot by a straight bullet, just literally after you reaffirmed her sexuality with a sex scene, and then you take it away with a straight bullet. Why? Because you just affirmed her sexuality? You solidified it? You're gonna have a hard one, mate. Which brings me back to toxic fandoms, and actually this Thursday, I went on Twitter. I went on 1 a.m. So practically it's Friday. In truth, it was Friday for me because I live in Denmark. I watched the trend. LGBT fans deserve better, and I was simply amazed. It was amazing. I think it was 247,000 tweets. It reached that high by the end of the night, and I was simply amazed. I read so many stories on there, and they were amazing. It kind of really touched me. I'm not gay myself. I'm just pansexual, which I guess it's not clearly out there as some of the other sexualities out there. So there's that. But that doesn't mean that I can feel. I understand how most of you queer girls out there feel like, and that's why I really want to throw my support in there, because I know how much it can mean for one part of the LGBT community to support you guys, which is why I'm doing it as well. And it really makes me wonder how bad Jason Rathen, well, just call him Rotten Hell, is handling this, because I'm currently in education, as I said, and I'm in sales, financial, and marketing, and it is the worst shitstorm. Well, it is a shitstorm handling I have seen in quite some time. If you have a target group that is upset about something you did with your product and you failed to deliver which you have promised, you don't remain silent. You just don't, because that's just gonna piss off your customers even more. So I'm actually amazed how bad he's handled it. He's blatantly ignoring an entire target group. Why? Because it's not convenient for him? That doesn't make a lick of sense. So I'm just, huh? Why? I don't know, man. It's gotta be up to you guys. I'm really hoping that you guys can continue protesting. I'm gonna call it protesting about this. Well, we are represented better, but it's still portrayed in a negative way, which is lastly proved by Alexa's death. Um, and I really love that you guys are doing so much and you are so passionate about this, because I myself feel that way and have been for quite some time. It's amazing to watch and observe, and I've thrown some tweets out myself, and I admit they're a bit harsh. I was very angry and it kind of got the better of me. But some of my core points still stand, I believe. Like, LGBT fans deserve better, and we will have better because we are fighting for it, and we will not give up until we have it better. We deserve to be treated as equals. And I believe that perhaps, I will say 35% are probably in the LGBT community of the 100. So that means you're basically ignoring that many people of your fandom, of your fans, and that's going to cost him and the CW financially, which is why I believe that in the end Jason Rothenberg will lose his job as showrunner. I think because in our business world and our world today of social media, that's a no-go, and I know it because, well, my education has me required to know stuff like that. But also, if it makes sense, if you have a big company and you piss off basically 35 or perhaps even 40% of your entire target group and your core customers, well, boy, you are screwed. I guarantee you, the person responsible, which is in the end the CEO, and in this case showrunner, he will get sacked. There is no way that the board would, in this case the CW, would let that slide. And I firmly believe that now that it lost like 190,000 viewers last episode, it's gonna cost a lot in the end. Sure, some might continue watching and some might fall back, but if all of us continue this way, it would have huge consequences for the show. Either Jason Rothenberg gets fired as showrunner and they will replace him, or the show just gets cancelled. I'm not sure what I'm hoping for at this moment, because it kind of feels empty without Lexa on it right now. She was definitely one of the major headlines why I watched. It was amazing. Now it just kind of feels hollow, because the Arcadia plot and storyline just kind of feels like, meh. Like, for a year ago, I actually read a story that was approximately the same, just without Lexa dying. Also, I myself, I'm a fan fiction writer. I have my story laid beside me under Wicked Sky, an archive of our own. It's a crossover between the 100 and Arrow, and it takes place in the 100 verse, where Oliver Queen ends up and befriends Clark post season 2, pre-season 3, where she's alone for 3 months. Except she isn't. She's with Oliver. And I only handle the Arcadia plot with Pike, at least with Charles Pike, and Ellie is not done that yet in that story. In the first 5 chapters, I mean, I have only written 6 so far. I'm currently writing chapter number 7, which will probably be out tomorrow, I hope. but it's minor. It's not that big a deal because it's, for me, it's not interesting, and I know a lot of you guys think the same way. But hopefully it will. I hope he will get fired, not because I feel pity towards him, but because it's bad for business and it's bad for the show, which is why I believe he will. Next, I kind of want to talk about the Phantom Report, and well, I've been in some few details, but I'm just going to talk a bit about it more. I'm also going to do what me and my best friend call Spotlight. It's basically where every time I do a Phantom Report, I pick out a Phantom writer which I find interesting, and what I also want to do is having you guys send in suggestions, and whoever gets the most suggestions, I'm gonna do a spotlight on. I'm gonna hopefully try to contact them and ask them if they want to be a part of it. And it's just a spotlight where they can get some recognition for the work they have done. I'm not going to feature myself besides this because, well, for starters, I'm very new at writing, so most of my writing probably sucks, but I'm still going to do it because I enjoy it. And then I'm gonna do this video series, I think it's gonna be great because mostly the Sam chat is just gonna be about me ranting about everything in between. It's basically, I rant about things that I experience in a week and what matters to me, and which is why I took the 100 in. It's not so much about the fans or why you should go watch it or anything. It's just more like me saying that, man, you guys fucked up. Also, one small point to previously, Blarg fans, whatever you do not piss on Clexa fans. They just lost their OCP, and believe me, guys, you do not know how much it hurt. Really. And to those guys who are out there and is saying that they're sorry for us and they're really actually, even though they didn't ship them and they shipped Clark with Bellamy, that they actually saw how bad it was the way Alexa died. I applaud you guys. You guys are the best, and I haven't found I can't remember their usernames on Tumblr right now, but if I find them, I'm definitely gonna link them in the description below because they deserve it. Also, I'm just be respectful, man. There's nothing else really. Some of you say, yeah, you have to deserve respect. Yeah, people, you generally have to earn the respect of others, and I agree. But it doesn't hurt to be polite and respectful yourself. Be that guy or girl or whoever you feel good with. Be that person who just start a nice trend. Don't be that person who just, yeah, I'm bad because it's nice, or because not because it's nice, but because it's cool. No, it's not cool. You're shitting on other people's feelings, man. Grow the fuck up. Sorry, needed to get that out. Yeah, as I said, I'm generally actually kind of respectful, usually, unless you all don't deserve it, towards other people's feelings, because they're their feelings, and if you hurt them, well, usually the person you hurt is very sad, and it's the why I don't get. Why would you do that? Is your confidence really that bad, or why? Don't get it. It just makes no sense to me, really. people are sometimes fucked. Anyways, I hope you guys really enjoy this video. I'm gonna do this weekly. Hopefully I'll get 2 or maybe more videos up. Depends on how busy I am and stuff. Sam chat is definitely going to be a thing I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna get a feeling about how you guys feel about the Phantom Report. But lastly, I just quickly still want to point out one very clear thing: the dead lesbian trope. Enough is enough, man. Hollywood, it's not fun anymore. Never was. Never will be. You guys need to understand that we live in a society where it's getting more normalized to be non-heterosexual, and yeah, we might still be in your movies, we might still be in your books or your series or TV shows, but that's not good enough. And I'm just going to include people of color in this one, or religion or culture, because yeah, we might be in your straight white privilege society and you might represent us in that way, but man, are you doing a shitty job. You're still portraying us as it were negative. You are portraying us in a negative view, and that is certainly not helping. I mean, yeah, people are more aware of LGBT characters or cultural or religious differences, but it's still generally portrayed in a negative way. I just want to make another example of, well, actually 2 examples of the dead lesbian trope. One of them, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I can't remember her name. It's such a long time since I watched it, but she was shot by a straight bullet, and it just feels like they pulled Lexa straight out of there. Completely sucks. But one of my favorite shows, problematic show to say the least, is Supernatural. And Charlotte Bradbury, she was my, well, almost favorite character. I loved her to bits, and she's dead. And it's not actually because she's a lesbian she's dead, but kind of still feels in what might be considered the general way Hollywood is treating different people. And I say people because what it's still doing is creating an white privileged male, primarily male society, of straight males, who is above and beyond the rest of us, who is like below. And it's not okay, man. I know not all straight white males are like that, but it's a stereotype that is more than enough. And it's not okay to just continue to make out those guys to be the best, because it really creates what I call an us, which is below, and them society, which is not okay. It's not gonna be better just because you have them in your TV shows. You have to start treating them in a positive way. And I just saw an interview actually with Lindsay Morgan. She's playing Raven Reyes on The 100, and during the entirety of season 1, she was like scripted to die in every episode. And I just, why? She's a great character. Why would you do that? Because she's a different color than you. I'm white, so there's privileges right there. But I'm queer, and I'm not even out to my parents yet, so give me a bit of chance. All because she's not the same color, or I don't get it. I also think it's Ricky Whittle. I not sure that's his name. Please correct me if I'm wrong in the comments. Yeah, and Isaiah Washington. Now I know he has made homophobic comments in the past, and believe me, I'm not still okay with that. But what he has done these last week, man, he's throwing some serious shade on that Jason Rothenberg. Like, have you seen the stuff he's pulling out? Man, seriously, it's still not enough for what he said, but he's making up for it, and he's besides doing awareness on people of color, he's actually supporting Clixa and Clixa crew, which is kind of amazing, for what I would call an unfair death in that. But also because people don't understand what it's like when you're in a minority. They really don't. They don't understand how it feels to see someone who's the same as you. In principle, it's what we see. They are the same as us. Now, I'm not lesbian, and because, well, I'm not a girl, and I'm pansexual, but the difference in sexuality doesn't mean as much, because I still see someone who's not heterosexual out there. That's basically what is the most important thing. That is that the sexuality out there is still out there and being portrayed. So really, it really warms my heart to see that. Also, I'm just gonna quickly throw down the link of the Trevor project and the donation that the Clixa fandom has begun this last week. More than $30,000 has been raised, and if you don't know what it is, it's suicide prevention for LGBT teenagers or other who may not be teenagers, and they save over 100,000 LGBT lives every year, and I think it's amazing. It's an amazing project to support. I haven't had myself the chance to support it yet because my bank account is a big fat zero. But when I get money, I'm definitely gonna donate because it's a good cause and definitely needs all the support it can get. And this is how much Lexa's death has actually meant. People have raised over $30,000 in her name because she's dead. It's truly amazing, and it really warms my heart to see that. Getting a bit emotional, but still, it's amazing. Amazing. Truly amazing. Also, I want to give a shout out to Tumblr Eliza Jane's Face. If you don't know her, go check out her blog. Yeah, she is displaying her emotions, but she's doing so logically. She explains why she feels them, and she's doing some great work out there. And I think she is also doing some of the work on I Am Lexa project, which is showing footage, confessions, not confessions, but reactions to what Lexa's death did to someone, especially in the LGBT community, and what it truly means. So definitely a big shout out, and I'm gonna link her Tumblr down there as well, so you guys can see it. Truly amazing work what she does, and I'm not gonna participate myself because some of my history I'm not comfortable with putting out there. You know, private stuff which I don't want to talk about, which I would have to in that project. But definitely gonna support it, and definitely gonna give it a shout out. Also, next week, well, I can continue ranting about the 100, but it's been truly an amazing week to watch y'all support each other on Twitter. I really hope that we can keep up the traction so we can make Hollywood see what it actually means. So I am pretty much done for today. I have thrown in the link to my archive of our own if you want to check out my story. Definitely gonna post tomorrow, I think. Chapter 7 will be up there then. And then I'm just hoping that you guys check out this video, and you guys will throw me some questions on Twitter or Tumblr or even on my profile, in my inbox on Archive of Our Own. I'm gonna, well, this is actually the point of Sam Chat. I'm gonna take my time, talk with you guys if it ever takes off, see what kinds of questions you guys have and ideas for the final report. This is gonna be taken up here, and let's see where it takes us. To anyone who's watching this on episode 1, well, thank you so much for your views, and thank you, really, thank you. So yeah, that's it. Till next time, y'all.